I begin today's project in my jam-packed garage. I keep trying to clear it out, but every time I clear a spot, I fill it with something else. Today on Alley Picked, sanding veneer without ruining it. Reapplying edge banding, the not so easy way. But why? And why am I adding green paint to a dark Jacko Bean stain? All these steps lead to an unbelievable finish. This is a project that I started a couple of months ago, but finally got around to editing and posting it. This is a beautiful antique mahogany desk, as it says here on the label. Labels like this, though, are a bit deceiving. If you read the fine print, it says, all exposed structural parts and plywood faces are guaranteed genuine mahogany. But it's not 100% solid mahogany. At least they're honest and put a label on it. Nowadays, labels should probably say something like, this product is made from genuine sawdust and it will fall apart if you sneeze in its direction. But this desk, although not completely solid mahogany, is a beautiful and very well-made desk. Often when I make videos, I try to keep them concise and as short as possible, but sometimes I feel like I leave out too many of the refinishing details. So in this video, I will slow it down a bit and go into more of the process details. As I start taking the desk apart, let me say that this is going to be very challenging for several reasons. Number one, this is going into a lawyer's office in downtown Chicago, so it needs to be perfect. Number two, a lot of the edge veneer on the top has chipped off the edges, which probably means that more or all of it is not holding on very well at all. Third, like all restorations, I'm finding more broken parts as I take this apart. Any joints that are loose need to be taken apart, repaired, and re-glued. The last challenge is that the owner of the desk wants this to be less red. Now the wood is red mahogany, so how is that even possible? It's a beautiful day in mid-April. It's in the 70s, it's overcast. It's the perfect day to do some sanding outside. Some people like to fish, some people like to golf. Me, I like to refinish. Now that I've got the feet off of this desk and it's sitting on a couple of sawhorses, I need to sand the top. I was hoping that I could take this part off, but it appears to be glued and screwed, so I'll have to do some detail sanding by hand. I don't want to take this off and risk ruining or damaging the top. I do have to be really careful when I'm sanding this because this is veneer. I'll be using my orbital sander as much as I can, and I have to use some fine paper just to take the finish off and a little bit of the stain color. If you go too deep, you are going to ruin the top and burn right through that top layer. Not a good idea. Acrobots, stackable fun for humans. Is it a puzzle? Is it a toy? Is it a fidget toy? Yes! Are you ready for the Acrobot challenge? The first thing you need to do is figure out how to get the 15 Acrobots out of their box. Push here, then slide out the wooden stick. How many robots can you stack? You can stack them shoulder to shoulder, right side up or upside down. You can stack them head to head, foot to shoulder, slot to head, foot to slot. You can even use the one robot with the vertical slot as the base to build. He has a copper top. Sure, he's different, but we love him anyway. You can also use the box as a base, right side up or upside down. The stack abilities are endless, and I don't even know if that's a word. You can play Acrobot solo or with a friend. Who can stack the most? Who can stack the fastest? You can even customize your order by putting your name on the front and back of the box. Bring it to work so you can stay busy during those boring meetings. There's no right or wrong way to stack them. The only requirement is fun. When you're done playing, the robots go back in the box for quick and easy cleanup, ready for the next adventure. Scan the bottom for these instructions or to purchase your own set of Acrobots.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger!
No actual robots were harmed in the making of this video. This is 220 grit sandpaper that I buy in bulk. It's the one that I use the most. An orbital sander is the quickest and easiest way to carefully remove an old finish. However, on this desk, I'm only able to use it about 50% of the time. The wood surfaces have very intricate designs. So it's going to take many additional hours of detailed hand sanding to prepare the rest of the desk for a new stain and finish. This is a mouse sander. It's good for sanding in tight corners where an orbital sander just can't reach. It does help, but as you can see, it still needs additional sanding by hand in the direction of the wood grain. These are the two drop leaf desk extensions. The flat parts are easy to sand, but the edges have lots of chipped veneer that I'm going to need to replace. For the edge banding, I have this roll that I picked up at an estate sale years ago. It's not red mahogany, but I'm not so concerned about the color as I am the grain pattern. I can stain this any color I want in order to match the new wood color. I continue to take apart the desk, finding any repairs that need to be made. I'm finding loose joints, like here, where the foot connects to the support. I can see the two dowel pins inside, but the glue is absent. So I am able to tap back and forth until this pops off. Every joint needs to have glue in it. After sanding the small drawer, I decided to test some dark walnut stain on the red mahogany wood. I sent a picture of this to the desk owner, and she does want it more brown and less red. Do you want to know what the most difficult part of any wood restoration project is? It's the sanding, by far, without a doubt, hands down, especially if your project has so many details, like inside and around all of these cubbies, there's intricate molding. Underneath the desk, there's intricate details. But if you mess up on that part, you're going to see it in the finish. So it's best to take your time. I've been working on this project, sanding it on and off for about 2 weeks, and I've probably still got about 3 or 4 more hours to go.
I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but the more time you spend carefully preparing the wood, the better it's going to turn out. When it comes to the drawers on a refinishing project, I don't just refinish the front part that is most visible, but I take the time sanding and applying finish to the outside ends and inside the drawer itself. Often the drawers are the dirtiest and most disgusting part of any project. I mean, why go through a desk refinishing project but leave the drawers dirty and undone? I'm at the point in the project now where I need to start thinking about the wood stain. I talked to the client and she wants this fairly dark but not so red. Now this is mahogany wood. It's very red. No matter what color stain I put on it, the red is going to bleed through. Or is it? So I talked to my friend James, who works at Beyond Grandma's House Antique Store in Chicago. James is a master of all things color. He told me what I could do is mix some green stain with some darker Jacko Bean stain, and the green tends to mask out the red. I didn't have any green stain. I didn't want to spend $25 for a new can, but what I do have is some oil-based green. Now, as long as they're both oil-based, you can mix them. So I mixed up a batch, and I tested some various samples on this piece of mahogany. And what do you know? I've got from reddish to darker with a little bit of red, and then not so red. So this is going to work out perfectly. Thank you, James. Before I stain the whole desk, there are 2 more things that I need to do. The first thing is to replace the repaired desk feet. Sometimes the dowels need to be replaced. These are intact, so I can clean them up and sand some of the old glue off of them. Sometimes the holes that they go into have dried glue inside of them as well. These are going to need to be re-drilled and all the debris blown out. Then I can thoroughly apply the wood glue to all wood surfaces. The last step before staining is to apply the edge banding veneer on the 2 drop leaf desk ends. But that's going to have to wait until part 2. So be sure to tune in to next week's video to see the finished desk and the process I used to get there. Spoiler alert, the desk came out amazing.